It's not just about the recipe. It's about how to cook, plan a meal, throw a party. I'm Vickie, and this is Meals and Entertaining for Regular People. So today, I had a chicken. So I figured I'd roast a chicken since all this was all set up already. So my kitchen looks nice, and I combed my hair. So it's a really good reason to cook this. This is a perfect Sunday night dinner, and it actually is quite intimidating, but really easy. I do mine a little differently because my husband really likes the gravy more than the chicken. So there's a big emphasis on what the gravy is going to taste like. So I build the flavors into the bottom of this, and I'm creating depth of flavor. That's why I think my stocks and everything is just a little richer, because I use herbs and different aromatics to really bring out the flavor of the chicken. So I'm not using a big roasting pan because it's just a little chicken. You'll see two disgusting things here in the bottom. If you have any gizzards, hearts, all that stuff, you put it in the bottom. We're not going to eat it, but it helps flavor it. And then I layer the flavors with some herbs. So always use bay leaves. So I'm going to throw 2 bay leaves in the bottom of this. I'll take this little wire rack out for now. So a good rule of thumb is to think of the Simon and Garfunkel song. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. So parsley, I'm putting in the bottom of the pan. Sage. Rosemary. Rosemary is very pungent. You got to be careful. Well, you got to be careful with any herb. Rosemary and thyme. These are the perfect ingredients to flavor a stock or broth. A lot of people put it in little bags, fancy cooks. I'm not that fancy. Then the perfect thing would be to add a mirepoix. So a little bit, and I told you in an earlier episode, I buy this already cut up because I'm lazy and I don't want to chop. And since this isn't going to cook for 5 hours, if I put in bigger vegetables, it wouldn't have time to actually cook the beautiful vegetable juice into the stock. So I'm going to put this in here. Can you imagine how good this is going to taste? And then I'm going to put a rack on. And then I'm going to grab my chicken. One thing. If I put this in the oven without any juice, without time for the chicken to render any juice, it's going to burn all that stuff on the bottom. So I add a little stock. But this takes away some of the crispy skin. So if you're all about the skin, you never want to do this. But I give up crispy skin on the under half for this. So I'm going to put a little stock just so I could see it. So this is kind of steam the chicken a little bit. So there could be some professional chefs having a cow right now. So let's see that. Having a cow, isn't that an old term? So I'm going to grab my chicken. I did not truss him like you're supposed to do. I did tie up his legs. Okay, so you're supposed to tuck his arms under and do stuff like that. So a lot of people stuff an onion in there, rub some salt in there. You know, they put lemons in there. That is, if I put lemons in, it's going to change my flavor that I totally want with my stock. So I'm not going to put any lemon. I'm just going to leave it. I have to pat it dry. What do we call it? Sous chef, please. Look, magic paper towel. So you could pour olive oil on this to season it. You want it super dry. But I'm going to take some butter. Now normally I would use my hand to do this, but then my hand, it's going to take me a while to wash my hands because I'll need to get the hot water going and stuff. So I'm going to just spread some butter on here. Or you could take some olive oil, but I thought that was a little cheater. I like butter. This was 5 pounds. So if you put it at 325, I'm going to probably put it at 350 because I feel like it. But you're supposed to do 20 minutes a pound. But this will be done like in an hour and a half. So put this in, and then when we take it out, we're going to, you'll see when we take it out. Okay, I forgot to season it. Poultry seasoning. So this is a great thing. You need poultry seasoning. It's just like Thanksgiving taste. So I'm gonna put some poultry seasoning on there. And then I'm gonna salt and pepper it. You'll have some crispy skin on the top. I'm gonna put a little garlic. I didn't put any garlic in here because I do sometimes when I'm gonna take this stock afterwards and make something, then I'll add the garlic at that time. I'm just gonna put it in the oven, and there's different ways, you know, if you can watch somebody, they blast their chicken, you know, they'll turn it up to 400 and then turn it down low and cook. But this, it's really all about the stock. That's what we care about, is all this beautiful stock. So now I have to wash my hands because I accidentally touched the chicken. Okay, thanks. Hi there, it's me again. I just took my chicken out of the oven and it's cooked perfectly. And so we took it out of the oven. I think we put it in at 10 minutes to 3, and right now it's 4:45. So you guys can add up how long that is. And you see there's juice in there and all the little vegetables are cooked. We already have some fat in the pan because of the butter, and we have fat in the pan because of the chicken. I'm gonna leave that there, and hopefully the flour will attach itself to that, cook nicely, and we're gonna make gravy right in this pan. So hold on a second and let me do all the dirty work. So what I'm doing here is, as you see, there's little bits still left in here. I just took out the big vegetables. So what I'm doing right now is scraping the brown bits off the sides. So I don't know if you can see that. Am I in the shadow here? How it's coming off? That's flavor. You see how rich and brown that is? It is like liquid gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some chicken stock and put some heat under this for a short period of time. I do not recommend cooking with glass on the stove, but I did it with glass so that you could see. And all those little bits are flavor. And so it won't be a clear gravy, but I don't care. It's a simple dinner. What a beautiful dinner. So you can roast some potatoes or make mashed potatoes. You can make stovetop stuffing. You can make homemade stuffing. You can have whatever vegetables you want. Some nice rolls. And it's the perfect, see it's starting to bubble? Okay. See how it thickens instantly? Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And guess what? So I made the chicken. I'm gonna serve the chicken up, cut it up, and then I'm gonna take all of the bones from the chicken, all of the bones. Any leftover pieces that nobody wanted, like somebody didn't want a wing, I take all of that. And I'm gonna take that same mirepoix and the same darn herbs that I used, and that's what I'm gonna make my stock with. But I'm sure there's really good chefs right now turning over in their grave how I'm doing this. But remember, this is cooking for regular people. I salt and peppered and buttered the chicken. So pretty much all that seasoning is already here. Now this is a beautiful brown color. If it wasn't brown and it was kind of yellow because nothing got caramelized, I would add, don't freak out, I would add a pinch, well, of soy sauce. Soy sauce adds some salt. It does not taste like soy sauce. People are always shocked when I do that. I will add that to it, and it browns it up and it salts it up. If I have any leftover gravy tonight, and I have leftover chicken, and I have leftover vegetables, I make a pot pie. I puff pastry, make a little packet, or I stick it in a deeper little cupcake type thing, the bigger one, and then I will put it in the freezer, and then anytime we can pop it out and have pot pies. So to me, this is the perfect gravy. I'll taste it, I'll salt and pepper it if it needs it. I'm going to trade places with my husband and give him this.
It was delicious.
Hey, no, seriously.
No, seriously.
I know it is. I'm such a good cook.
That was fantastic.
Okay, so that's it. A perfect Sunday dinner. Now, in other episodes, I tell you how to cook dinner all at the same time and stuff, but I just had this laying around, so I just cooked it up. We're not going to eat it tonight, so I didn't make all the other things. Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please visit my website, mealsandentertaining.com, and see my available ebooks. Plus, subscribe to my channels, and don't forget to follow me, like me, or love me.